Hello web page development students, and welcome back to the CSS tutorial number 8. This is the second part of our basic CSS style sheet. Remember, we are in our CSS styles, so if you look in your files panel, it's over here, and it also will show you your source code, your JS query, and all of your other styles. So we're going to continue to work in the style sheet. And you can see where we left off. Yes, last time we worked on links. I'm going to actually scroll up just a little bit and talk about this. Remember, the comment to reset all of our browsers so they follow our CSS code versus the default code that is set into every browser. The other thing that you want to do is establish some global CSS for your HTML code and your body, which we'll do in a later tutorial. And last time we established our headings as well as our text elements, and you even chose your own colors for the links last time, which could be different than mine: block quotes, strong text, and your italics, which is that EM code. This time we're going to put in a comment for images. We're not going to put anything in for our images yet, but we're just going to put it in place. And you're going to also put in a comment for lists. The reason that we structure our CSS with comments and we do this is it allows us to group our styles by logical categories. That way it keeps us from repeating styles and conflicting two different styles. So for your list, we're going to just focus on this top part. You can put the codes in for the DLs, the DTs, and the DDs, and we'll get to those a little bit later. We haven't used those before, but you're going to work on your unordered list and ordered list, as well as your list items. And we're going to define the style of our ordered list. We're going to give us color for our list items and a size in pixels. Remember, on screen designs, we always use pixels, where if we're using prints, we use points. And they're not quite equal, so it's important to do that. Now, the focus of this tutorial will be on containers. So you're going to add yourself a comment for containers that you're going to put in, and remember, it's the backslash and the asterisk between container. And the first one we're going to put in is for the wrapper. And if you notice here on the wrapper container, I highlighted the hashtag. And hashtags are important because hashtags represent IDs and specify IDs. And let me show you what I'm talking about if we go back to our index page with our source code. And this has a little slash there, but you can see this div ID wrapper is the very first div that we have in our body of our index page. So div ID equals wrapper. That is the ID that establishes our div, that we know what's going in there, that helps us to design our website. So whenever you use an ID in CSS, if we go back to our style sheet, you need to use this hashtag. So we're going to create our first container for wrapper, and then we're going to go in and we're going to create our other containers for the rest of our wrappers on our index page that we've already did. Remember, we had a logo wrapper, or a logo div for our IDs, for our social media icons and our logo. We have a top nav wrapper, a slider wrapper for our banner, a content wrapper, a right side wrapper, and actually I have a content wrapper in here twice, so we don't need this one, so I'm going to delete that, and a footer wrapper. Now, that's what I want you to do for this tutorial, is to establish those wrappers and be prepared to go on to the next tutorial where we're going to continue to design. Good luck.